It is another scorcher of a day across Colorado. A live look outside. The temperature officially hitting an all-time record of 105 this afternoon. And the heat not doing any favors for Colorado firefighters on the front lines. There are now about 10 active fires burning across Colorado. Firefighters are starting to get the upper hand on many of them, and we have team coverage on the fires with reporters in southern and northern Colorado. And we start with 7 News reporter Steve Fiorina with the latest on the fire in Waldo Canyon near Colorado Springs. Steve?
Strong winds right now changing direction again. Moments ago, that plume of smoke driven north. Now it's going to the west. 3,000 people are still out of their homes tonight. It's very dangerous for them out here, although firefighters say they are making headway. The wind shifts direction just slightly, and a new source of fuel flares up. 3,500 acres have burned so far in Waldo Canyon, with no end in sight until the last hour. Now, a glimmer of hope.
We have made progress on containment. We're going to call this in the 209 tonight officially 5% contained. So some progress. Long ways to go, but we're making strides in the right direction.
Airstrikes have been valuable. Helicopters dropping tons of water on hot spots, and C-130 air tankers joining the battle early this afternoon. Firefighters expected a tough day. 100-plus degrees and gusty winds. 400 men and women on the ground and reinforcements being added. Access to Pikes Peak was shut down, and the communities of Cascade and Chipeta Park evacuated. The wildfires too close.
I could see it from my deck, watching it. Flames coming up over the top of the trees.
Worried that he's newly homeless.
Scared to death that it's not there anymore.
This is Rocky, parked on a bench in front of his storybook art studio and watching over his shoulder.
There was one plane that was 10 stories high.
He closed when Manitou Springs was ordered evacuated over the weekend. Back today, but not ready to restock the store and reopen.
I haven't until they say it's for good, because this fire right there has just started maybe a half an hour ago.
The fire's bumping containment lines, we're told, at Cedar Heights this afternoon, so it will be another tense evening. As to a cause, that's probably several days away. Live near Colorado Springs, Steve Fiorina, 7 News.
All right, very unsettling. Thank you, Steve.
Some 6,000 people remain under mandatory evacuation right now at that Waldo Canyon fire in El Paso County. 7 News reporter Russell Haythorn live in Woodland Park. And Russell, the evac center had to be moved because that fire had shifted again today.
Yeah, Mike, the winds have been shifting all day long, as Steve mentioned, even up here in Woodland Park. Check out the plume of smoke now coming from the Waldo Canyon fire. It is truly impressive here in Woodland Park. Just a huge plume that looks more like a thunderhead, but that is all smoke as this fire increases in intensity. It has become a theme in Colorado this summer.
They're delicious.
Taking pleasure in the little things, because you just never know.
We're all a little worried about it.
Bill Duck is one of the latest evacuees from the now growing Waldo Canyon fire. He's also a park ranger who knows this terrain well.
The ground is drying up. The temperatures are very high. We're in some kind of a cycle.
There's just no way to describe how dry, how quick everything is burning. It's the worst we've ever seen.
Teller County officials are bracing for shifting winds. So are Woodland Park residents like Jim DeStio and his daughter Donna Thomas. DeStio is moving some of his vintage cars out of his garage to the open lot at Woodland Park High.
The way they're starting these fires, it used to be I could wait till they came up closer, but now they're starting everywhere.
Since I work, I'm not always around, so we took this opportunity while I could be here to help him.
Don't use any fire outdoors, please.
So as this fire continues to intensify, as we mentioned earlier, they did move the evacuation center from Woodland Park High School to an elementary school about 5 or 6 miles down the road in Divide. That's where they will have another public meeting this evening at 7 for the 6,000 people who are still out of their homes. We will have an update for you tonight on 7 News at 10. For now, we're live in Woodland Park. Russell Haythorn, 7 News.
Thank you, Russell.